Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon and The Blackest Heart, both books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Sword Dancer by Jennifer Roberson. This is book number 1 in her Tiger and Dell series. I've got the entire series right here behind me. So far, it is 7 books long. Jennifer Roberson is one of my favorite writers. I've also got some other stuff of hers. I've got her Robin Hood book here, which Lady of the Forest, which I left a review of on my channel a few years ago. You can check that review out just by typing in Lady of the Forest and my last name. The review will magically appear upon your YouTube screen. I've also got her entire Chae-Su Lee novel series. Starts with Shape Changers, and we've got a whole grip of those novels too. So one of my favorite classic fantasy writers, and yes, we do have to call her a classic fantasy. Let's see, I have lost track of, oh, here it is. I'll edit that part out. Anyway, this came out in 1986. And I know I call it classic fantasy, but let's face it, Motley Crue was really popular in 1986, and we call them classic rock now. So it is what it is. I remember when this book came out, I was already a fan of these books, so I went and bought this book and loved every minute of it. I have not read it since 1986. So this is a reread, and I was so looking forward to rereading this book. And especially when I got back into it, I loved every second I spent in this book just recently, and I'm going to talk about that. Now, before we get to that though, let's also talk about Jennifer Roberson. We've mentioned some of the other books. I have met her. I met Jennifer Roberson when in the 2004 World Fantasy Convention in Tempe, Arizona, where the only book that I had with me at the time that she could sign was The Golden Key, and I did get her to sign that. You know, I show off all my signed books, so I did get her to sign that. I also got Melanie Ron and Kate Elliott to sign the book for me too. So anyway, you know, I name drop like a motherfucker, and I show off my signed books. Let's talk about Sword Dancer. Starts with the first person narration through the eyes of one of the two main characters, and that is Tiger. Like I said, this is the Tiger and Dell series. Tiger is a southerner. He was born a slave. He's very suntanned. He's a warrior. He's a swordsman. In fact, they call him a sword dancer. And he's got scars across his face from when he was attacked by a sand tiger, which is partly how he got his name. Now, this dude, who's kind of reminds me a little bit of Conan the Barbarian, and the writing style is a little bit kind of like Conan the Barbarian. He is sitting in a cantina surrounded by women, and he's a ladies' man, and we get to know that right up front. And then in walks Delilah, or as she's more referred to throughout the rest of the series, by the shortened name Dell. So now we got Tiger and Dell. Now Delilah, or Dell, is a northerner. She's pale, she's blonde, she's smoking hot, she carries a magic that's like a rune sword, she comes into the cantina, and of course our boy Tiger notices her right off the bat, because what guy on the planet, when a hot chick walks into the bar, every dude in the bar, their radar is just attuned right to that. And Jennifer Roberson does a great job of describing the way that Tiger notices her, and all of that stuff. All of that stuff. Just like, hey, yo, whoa, who's this? Oh, whoa, I've never seen her before. Oh, wow, she's cute. She doesn't look like any of the girls from around these parts. Ooh, lordy. He notices, yeah. And I love the way that Jennifer Roberson doesn't shy away from just letting you know that this dude Tiger, he's a ladies' man, and he's not ashamed to be a ladies' man. And he goes right up to the girl. Actually, I think she approaches him because she's looking for him specifically. She's looking for him because he has information on this other guy, and she needs to find the other guy, and she's like, you need to tell me where the other guy is. And he's like, I don't think that's a good idea if I tell you where that other guy is, because that other guy is not a good guy, and you don't want to go meet him by yourself. And she's like, well, F you, I'm a strong lady, I can do what I want, I don't need your help, just tell me where he is. And he's like, all right, have it your way. This is where he is. And so that's kind of the setup for the whole story. I love the initial interaction between Tiger and Dell. I thought it was so well written. The dialogue was so on point and awesome and realistic. And I just absolutely fell in love with both characters once again. 1986, what year is it? 2022. Some 75 years later, I have fallen in love with these characters once again. And just in the opening scene, I'm like, yes, I'm on board. I can't wait to reread every one of these books again and leave a review on the channel. And then, so anyway, Dell goes off to find the dude that she probably shouldn't be searching for alone. The reason she's searching for this guy, though, is because Dell is on a mission. She's from the north. So the north is like Iceland, Norway, Alaska. The south is like the Saudi Arabian desert, basically. So, and these are the two extreme environments we're dealing with. And she is down in the south looking for her brother who was kidnapped 5 years ago. She still believes he's alive, and she believes that this one man she's looking for can lead her in the direction of finding her brother. That is the quest. So she goes to talk to this dude. Lo and behold, Tiger was right. This is not the type of dude you need to talk to alone as a female in the middle of the desert where there's a lot of slave trading going on. And so this is where things get bad for Dell. Now, I'm not giving away any spoilers. We're only about 15 pages or so into the book now. But one thing leads to another. Tiger maybe or maybe not rescues Dell. Either way, both Tiger and Dell go on this massive quest further into the desert to find her missing brother. I mean, and then they have this quest where they just bicker. You can tell that they kind of like each other, but just don't trust each other for the whole entirety of the novel. And they just bicker, and they have differences of opinion. They face sand tigers. They face sandstorms. They face injury and infection and hunger. They go up against cannibals. They rescue baby sand tiger cubs and carry those little cuties with them everywhere they go. And it's just a delightful, delightful novel. And we all the time we're wondering, is she going to find her brother? What's going to happen if she does or when she does? Are these two, Tiger and Dell, going to be, getting together? On book, the book number 2, book number 1, we've got Dell. Book number 2, we've got Tiger. So that's kind of gives you an idea of, I just noticed this, the contrast. So Dell is from the north, but book number 1 has her with her rune sword down in the desert where she doesn't belong. And then book 2 takes place in the north where Tiger doesn't belong, and we've got him and his sword. And which reminds me, I forgot to review the covers. I always review the covers first thing. And we forgot, folks. So let's do it now. Let's review the cover of this book. The cover artist was Kathy Wyatt. She did a great job of capturing one of our main 2 characters here. And the rune sword that she carries with her. Anyway, I think I explained the novel well enough, and we did a cover review. Maybe I'll edit this so the cover review comes first. We'll see. You know how good I am at editing, folks. never edited one single one of my videos. I absolutely loved rereading this book, Sword Dancer by Jennifer Roberson, book 1 in the Tiger and Dell series. 9.5 out of 10. One of our great, great classic fantasy series. Everybody should go out and read it.